And the good news is it's very simple. All you have to do is be yourself and get a camera and share your message with the world, and you're gonna have a viral video. Okay guys, this is not gonna be a fluff video like I've seen so many times before where somebody tells you how to get views, how to get subscribers, how to make a viral video, and then they tell you to be yourself and share your message with the world. That's absolutely useless advice. So what I'm gonna be doing in this video is sharing the two different avenues of what creates a viral video in my opinion. The first is data-oriented, looking at the data. And the second is psychology-oriented, and what I've learned from a year and a half of creating YouTube videos on this channel and 10 years or so of creating videos on previous channels that really didn't work out. I mean, I've probably made over 1,000 videos in my lifetime, over 200 or 300 on this channel alone. Some of them I've taken down just because I don't think they were good quality, because I started out with some really bad quality videos. Why you guys should be making lists. As you can see here, I'm holding a list. And I've become a huge supporter of making lists. But having made all of these videos, I think I have a good background as far as what's causing a YouTube video to go viral. Now, first of all, what does viral actually mean? Because it's going to be different for my channel than it is going to be for yours, because I'm in a niche here. I'm in the financial niche, also maybe a little bit of entrepreneurship mixed in there as well. But the audience for my style of content is a lot smaller than the audience for prank videos. So if you were to compare like a prank video going viral versus one of my financial videos going viral, it's going to be a lot less views. So I'm going to tell you what I've gotten view-wise on these videos. And to you, you might say, okay, that's not viral. But it all depends on the niche you are in and the size of that audience. And there's a much smaller audience for financial videos than there is for prank videos. And so these are the videos I've done that have gotten substantially more views than my average ones have, okay? So Why You Will Never Get Rich is my top video with 1.5 million views. How to Become a Millionaire with $5 a Day has 1 million views. 3 Things You Should Never Do With Your Money has 668,000 views. In my most recent viral video, I quit my job, my $70,000 job after learning this lesson about money. That video has accumulated 647,000 views in less than 1 week of time. Now, what's really interesting to me is that I have over 100 videos on this channel. I've done probably over 300. Like I said, I've took down some of them just because they weren't good quality. And for the longest time, I had this idea in my head that successful people just woke up one day and had an epiphany and said, I'm gonna do this. But these 4 videos alone make up 45% of the total views I've ever gotten on my channel. So why did these 4 videos in particular get all of these views? I'm gonna look at the data here and I'm gonna share with you guys why I believe this is the case. So here's what I did for my analysis here. And if you guys want to see more and you want me to like do a screen share with this spreadsheet, I'd be happy to do that. Just let me know in the comment section below. I'll do a follow-up video. But what I did is I took a video I did called How to Save Money, How I Saved $12,000 in 1 year, which was a video that went flat. I mean, it got views once I uploaded it, but then it tapered off and now it gets like, I don't know, maybe 10, 15, 20 views a day. So it's absolutely a video that's doing nothing for me. So I'm comparing 4 videos that did very well to a video that didn't do very well at all and trying to see what the difference is between the data. And so I looked at a number of data points here. I looked at audience retention, the like to dislike ratio, the dislikes per 1,000 views, the shares per 1,000 views, the likes, comments, and subscribers per 1,000 views. And this is what I found to be the case, all right? First of all, the audience retention was a big thing that I noticed. Every single one of these videos that I posted that went viral had a much higher audience retention, and the average was 58.5% compared to a 49% audience retention from the video that did not go viral or really do well at all. So first of all, higher audience retention. People are watching the video for a longer period of time than your normal videos or my baseline number in my case. And my baseline audience retention for my channel, I believe, sits around 50%. So these videos had 58.5%, and so they had a greater audience retention. Second of all, the like to dislike ratio was actually a lot lower. And this brings up a very interesting point, and it's something I've said before, but I'm going to tie that more in when I talk about the psychology of a viral video. The average like to dislike ratio across all 4 of these videos was 19 likes per 1 dislike, and on the video that didn't perform well, I had 63 likes per 1 dislike. So these videos that went viral actually had a very poor like to dislike ratio compared to my baseline figure of 63:1. Very interesting. Dislikes per 1,000 views. The video that did very poorly had 0.9 dislikes per 1,000 views, and the average dislikes per 1,000 views on these 4 viral videos was 1.9, more than double the dislikes on these viral videos. The next thing that was interesting is the shares per 1,000 views. The video that performed very poorly had 8.8 shares per 1,000 views, and the average figure for these 4 videos was 12.3 shares per 1,000 views. So these videos were getting a lot more shares per 1,000 views. Another one that's interesting, these last 2 are really going to surprise you, I think, because they were very shocking to me. But one thing that I thought was true about YouTube is that likes and comments resulted in videos getting picked up by the search engine and getting pushed to the homepage, and then you get a viral video. But what's very interesting to me is that the likes per 1,000 views on the video that performed poorly was 57, and the average on these 4 videos that went viral was 34.9. So these videos were getting significantly less likes per 1,000 views, so I don't think that the likes really have anything to do with it on their own. And the second thing is comments. Do comments make your videos go viral? Well, the video that performed poorly had 10.5 comments per 1,000 views. The videos that went viral had 2.1, a lot less comments per 1,000 views. So looking at this data here, these are the conclusions that I'm drawing about what makes a video go viral. First of all, greater audience retention. People are spending a lot more time actually being present and watching that video. And a lot of it has to do with the length of these videos. Most of my videos that have gone viral are around the 5 to 6 minute range. I found that is the sweet spot as far as the average attention span for the general viewer out there. The second thing is that you need to polarize your audience, and that is indicated by that like to dislike ratio. I believe that a major contributor to a video going viral is that you have polarized your audience. Half of the audience loves what you've done. The other half hates what you've done, and they're leaving you hate comments, and they are hitting you with dislikes, indicated by that lower like to dislike ratio or higher dislikes per 1,000 views. These are videos that people are putting a thumbs down on and leaving negative comments about. So I know people don't like the idea of having haters on their YouTube channel, but the truth is, in my opinion, looking at this data, your haters are actually causing your YouTube video to go viral because they're disliking that video, and it's creating that polarized audience of people either loving what you're doing or hating what you're doing. The final thing I'm noticing looking at the data is that your videos that are going viral are driving a lot more subscribers per 1,000 views and generating a lot more shares per 1,000 views. So in summary, based on this data, if you're looking to have a viral video, you're going to want to polarize your audience. You're going to want to make sure your video is a length that the average viewer can sit there and not get bored of, giving you higher audience retention. And you also want to make sure that this is a video that people are looking to share, and it's also driving subscribers. So if I were to have a call to action in that video, and my best piece of advice to you guys is to only have one in each video, that way you're not overwhelming people. The major thing I would ask people to do is actually to subscribe at the end of your video. Say, look, if you enjoyed this video, subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. It seems like videos that are driving more subscriptions per 1,000 views are much more likely to go viral, or at least in my case anyway. So that's the data side of this as far as what I believe is making a YouTube video go viral. And secondly, I want to look at the psychology side of what is different about these 4 videos than other videos on my channel. First of all, the thumbnail is not repeating the title. A lot of people make the mistake of making a YouTube video and calling it MacBook Pro Review, and then in their thumbnail they write MacBook Pro Review, when you want your title to actually be complementing your thumbnail, where they're working together and they're not repeating each other. So what you're going to find with all of my videos that have gone viral is that the thumbnail piques the curiosity of the viewer and also complements the title, so they're operating indirectly. And what happens as a result is maybe somebody is scrolling and they don't see the title, but they see the thumbnail, and the thumbnail captures their attention, or vice versa. You want these things to operate indirectly, and you want both of these things to be a potential magnet for a viewer to take a look at that video. The other thing with psychology here is you need to have some element of clickbait. Now, I'm not telling you to clickbait your viewers and not deliver on that promise, but you need to pique the curiosity of the viewer. All 4 of these titles pique your curiosity. Why you will never get rich. Why will I never get rich? I certainly want to get rich. I want to find out why that is. How to become a millionaire with $5 a day. Well, I certainly have $5 a day. How can that make me a millionaire? 3 things you should never do with your money. Am I doing these 3 things now? Maybe I should find out. quit my $70,000 job after learning this money lesson. Well, I probably need to learn that lesson about money too if somebody was going to do something that stupid to quit a $70,000 job. What these titles are doing is piquing your curiosity, and it's a form of clickbait. And at the end of the day, you're not misleading the viewer because you are going to be fulfilling on your promise and delivering that message, but you are piquing their curiosity and complementing that title with a very compelling thumbnail. The second thing is that the intro of all of these videos contains a hook where it captures your attention, it grabs your attention, and it makes you decide to stick around. You know, before making this video, I was just thinking back to some of the greatest things that I learned in my days in school. We sure did learn a lot of great stuff in school, didn't we? For example, if you give me the length of two sides of this right triangle here, I can actually tell you the length of this third side right here. Pretty useful stuff, huh? I can also write in cursive, play hot cross buns on a recorder, and I can even spell boobs on a calculator. My favorite lesson in high school, though, was how to become a millionaire with just $5 a day. Wait a second. I didn't learn that in high school, did I? Did you guys learn that in high school? Did anyone learn that important lesson in high school? Or was that just left out when we were learning how to cite a source using correct MLA format? What's going on, fam? It's your boy here. We just got paid, and it's time to show them how we do. So I had a union job, a very safe job, and I was making $70,000 a year with a guaranteed six-figure income within 5 years. But as soon as I learned this fact about money, I decided to quit that job entirely. And today I'm going to teach that to you. When it comes down to it, there are three things out there that if you do these three things, you can guarantee that you will never get rich. In the first couple of seconds there, the first 10 seconds of your video, your viewer is deciding whether or not they're going to watch that video or they're going to abandon that video. And by having a hook in the intro, whether it's something shocking or funny, it's going to make that viewer interested in that video and pique their curiosity. And all of these videos had a hook in the intro. Third of all, it is actually something very strange, and a lot of people ask me why I do this, but in a lot of my viral videos, I actually drop some salty language. And in my most recent video, I did warn people because I know I have a younger audience here, or even some parents who watch these videos with their kids. And so anytime I'm going to be dropping any kind of bad language, I will always put a disclaimer on there. In the previous videos, I have not done that, and I apologize about that. But the strong language actually is shock value to this viewer. They're not expecting it. It's the last thing you'd expect is somebody to just drop the F-bomb. And a lot of people don't understand why I do this, but a lot of the videos that have gone viral include some kind of strong language element at some point in time. And in my opinion, that shock value of the strong language is what polarizes people in some cases. Some people can relate to you now that you're swearing and showing, look, I'm human, I have emotions, I get angry, and sometimes I'm going to drop the F-bomb. And other people are just so disgusted with you that they're going to start disliking your video and leaving hate comments and saying you shouldn't swear, what's wrong with you? And that, again, is what kind of polarizes people here. And maybe this is only true for my channel, but it's something I had to mention here, is that the shock value seems to be a key element in this. And then fourth and finally, all of these videos give the viewer an aha moment where they're realizing something now that they did not realize before. I'm showing these people why most people will never get rich. I'm showing these people how you can become a millionaire with the price of a Starbucks cup of coffee or what you're spending at Starbucks every day. I'm showing people things you should not be doing with your money. And I'm showing people that I quit my job after learning about a different way of making money, of passive income versus active income. And I'm giving these viewers an aha moment where they're realizing something that they never realized before. And I do believe that is what is causing people to share these messages with other people, because they want other people out there to have that same experience, that aha moment, and they want to be the one who shares that with them and allows them to feel that way that they did when watching that video. But anyways, guys, that in my opinion is what is making YouTube videos go viral. I believe that is why my videos have gone viral. And if you're looking to create a viral video, I would try to take some of these things into consideration. And again, if you guys want to see this spreadsheet and have me do a screen share and maybe collect some more data, I would be happy to do that. Just drop me a comment down below and let me know if you'd be interested in seeing that video. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell for notifications, and I will see you in the next video. If you are interested in learning more about investing in the stock market, I've created a free course just for you. The link is in the description below. Here are a few other videos you might enjoy as well.